So I guess there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was talking to one person, and they said it was like estimated to be like 30 people, which is kind of nuts. So what made you, and I guess some of your friends too, come down to this event?
Yeah. So the event was kind of, hey, we're here advocating for justice, and so specifically me and my friends, we're advocating for justice for the unborn. So currently, abortion is still a major issue, not just in Indiana, but the state as a whole. So
yeah, the whole country.
The whole country. There's several important House bills. 1334 is the one that jumps to mind specifically for Indiana. Basically, what it does is it codifies that an unborn child has the same rights as me and you. So
everyone has the same rights.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we're here specifically saying, hey, you know what? Like, we want justice for the unborn too. They should have the same rights as everyone else.
Do you mind speaking up just a little bit?
Yeah, they should have the same rights as everyone else.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So I was telling somebody else this, that in our world today, you know, it's very divisive, as we both know.
Yeah. You can even just hear it.
Yeah. I mean, we've literally heard. I've literally seen, you know, people get in each other's faces saying, fuck you, you know, screw you, like, you suck, because I believe differently than you, whatever, right? What do you think could help with that?
I think it's so hard to say in some senses. I don't know if I have a solution to hope for that, honestly. Because, like, in one sense, we're here. We're trying to have these sort of conversations. Like, this is the sort of conversation I want to have with those sort of people. Hey, why are we here? Why does it matter? I don't want to yell profanities or just kind of ad hominem attacks or, like, let me get you with a gotcha question.
Or straw man.
Or straw man it. Like, I want to have an honest conversation because I think it's better. I think it's better when we're not killing our own children. And I don't see how, like, anyone should be opposed to that.
Right.
So,
I told the other person I interviewed, in my personal opinion, I think instead of digging our own heels in, I think we should take down the stone wall or barrier that we have already as like a prerequisite, and kind of be like, I understand where you're coming from, but here's where I'm coming from. And I think this is very, very minor. I don't know how long you've lived in Fort Wayne.
Not long, actually, only 2 years.
But during the George Floyd protest, there was tear gas, there was people getting up in cops' faces, cops were getting in their faces. So not great, but something I would say is, like, you have to understand both people in every scenario.
Well, that's the issue, right? I'm never gonna understand you perfectly.
Right.
It's not possible. I haven't gone through your life. I haven't lived your experiences. I'm not going to understand these other people perfectly. They're not going to understand me. So that's why we need reasonable dialogue and reasonably be able to convince one another through argumentation. Hey, why is this good? Why is this right? And it's not just like, oh, what, like, who's, what, like, you know, I think a lot of people would think, oh, you're the Westboro Baptist sort of person. That would be the association, right? Like, I've got a sign here. We've got some signs that some people wouldn't like. But you know what? I care about them. That's why I'm here. I care about the unborn kids. I care about other people here because I ultimately think too, like, we're going to face judgment from God. He's going to be the one who ultimately deals out perfect justice to everybody, and it's going to include everyone. And if you don't turn and repent and trust in Him, it's good. You're going to face the justice of God.
So for a lot of these people, I mean, maybe this is a little bit of a generalization here, but a lot of these people may not believe in God. So what would you say to them? Because it might not even be a political issue for them, or it might not even be a religious issue for them. So it gets kind of like, not all your eggs are in the same basket. You know what I mean? You can be religious and not be pro-life, or, you know, one or the other.
Yeah. So I guess the question I would ask anyone in that situation is, do you think human life is valuable? At what point do you think human life starts? And so some people are going to like, oh yeah, once a baby's born. I'm like, well, I think the science would actually argue against you there. Science usually codifies that a life is unique at the point of conception. It's a unique strand of DNA at that point in time. there's several other things that can go into that too. And then like, at what point is a baby like valuable and unique? And I would say it's like, well, we all recognize it. Like, someone announces they're are pregnant, everyone's happy for them. They're just wonderful because they recognize there's value there, and that's a human being to some degree. Like, it's just a matter of whether or not you want to acknowledge whether it's not is a human being. So that's what we're really arguing around is, does the mother have the ability to acknowledge when someone is a human being, or is it someone like, is it the government, or is it God, right? I would ultimately say God does. I would say science backs that up. And the question is whether or not you're going to sit it to those authorities, or you're going to make yourself the authority.
Interesting. Okay. Anything else you want to add or like leave a comment on?
I don't know. For anyone who's watching, check out Bill 1334. Talk to your congressman. Get them to support it. The state representative, if you're listening from Indiana. So, all life is valuable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Yeah.